Raven ELYSE TV.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven and I'm here with a redo of a video that I tried to film the other day, and I was talking about it on Snapchat the other day. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you probably heard me talking about the fact that I was filming a chit chat get ready with me video, but it just went south. And when I tried to edit it, the footage was not good, the makeup was really not that good, and whatever I was trying to talk about, I don't even know what I was trying to talk about. I was just rambling so bad. So I decided to completely trash that video. I just didn't feel good about it. So today we are getting ready together again. We're going to redo this. Hopefully it turns out better this time. So my hair is wet right now. I just got out of the shower, so it's still damp. I just put like some leave-in conditioner in it, so we'll see how it dries throughout this video. So just jumping straight into primer, I'm going to be using the Cover FX Blemish Treatment Primer. You guys know I was breaking out really bad. It's starting to heal up now. It was mainly on this side of my face. I had a huge breakout covering my whole cheek, then it started spreading everywhere. This side wasn't as bad. I did have some breakouts though, but I am in the healing phase now, so hopefully this will heal up and my skin will not be so mean to me, at least for a while. I really don't know why I broke out so bad. It was almost as bad as how I used to break out, like back in the day, if you guys have been following me for a very long time. But yeah, I know how it feels to literally have a face full of acne, and I never want to feel like that ever again. And so this really scared me because I was like, why is my acne coming back so bad? I can't explain it. I really don't know what it was. Didn't really switch up any products or anything like that. I am still using the acne.org system. I went back to it because it's just the simplest, easiest thing, and it worked for me in the past. So I didn't switch up my products. I didn't do anything. I don't know. I don't know why this happened. So for eyebrows, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. I just did a video using all e.l.f. products, which is good if you're looking for affordable makeup, so you should check that video out if you're interested. This is actually a really good eyebrow product. My eyebrows are microbladed. I don't know if you guys can see or notice the difference. If you follow me on Snapchat, I have been talking about it on my Snapchat. So I do have my eyebrows technically tattooed on now, just to kind of fill them in a little bit, give them some more shape. I am planning on making a whole video dedicated to my experience with this. I do have some things to say about it, but yeah, we'll save that for another video. But in terms of wearing a full face of makeup, I still need to fill in my brows. Like, not necessarily fill them in, but just darken them up so that it matches the intensity of the rest of my face, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want to have like big old eyebrows on my face all the time. I just wanted like a little bit of help. But in terms of full glam, I still have to give it a little bit more help, which is fine. That's what I was going for. I also did get some filler in my face, so I will be talking about that in the separate video as well. But I did get a few comments from people saying like something looks a little tiny bit different about my face. So yeah, if you are feeling that way, I did get some work done. So what's new with me? Let's see. Well, it's always hard because I feel like I post different things, like different updates on different social medias. Like Snapchat is definitely the main place where I'm always updating y'all on every aspect of my life. So definitely follow me on there if you're interested, if you care about me that much, which most of you probably don't, but if you do, make sure to follow me on Snapchat. That's also where I am always showing Zaya, giving little clips of Zaya doing new things, walking around doing stuff. So if you love Zaya, which I know a lot of you guys do, Snapchat is definitely the main place to follow me. But those of you who don't follow me on Snapchat probably feel kind of out of the loop and a little bit lost with certain things, like for example me getting stuff done to my face, or even me moving into this new house. A lot of you guys were like, we didn't even know you were moving. Like, when did that happen? Why did that happen? I did put a little description in my empty house tour, so if you read it, you already know this. But basically the reason why I moved is because I wanted more space. I needed more space. I wanted a whole third bedroom, which is what I'm in right now, to film videos and just have my stuff in here. I wanted to have my own like actual garage and not have to park in a parking garage and go back and forth from there, like especially when you're bringing in groceries with a baby. Just wasn't good. And on top of that, I really loved the area that I lived in, but where I was living, it just wasn't really making sense for me. For foundation, I'm gonna kind of be mixing these two. This is the Marc Jacobs super freaking ultra super, just the most full coverage foundation I have ever put on my face ever in my life, since I do still have these breakouts and stuff to cover. And then this is just the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This one is in the color Bisque Golden, which is actually too light for me, and this is in the color 108 Caramel Beige, which is more so my color. So I'm just gonna mix these and see what we can get. This Marc Jacobs foundation, it just has a lot of pros and cons to it. It's such an evil product because I don't want to like it and I don't want to use it, but it works so well, and it was so expensive. It was kind of a bittersweet thing moving here because I had to let go of my young, independent, single lady on the town dreams, because where I lived before, I guess I can go ahead and tell y'all now where I lived before. If you're from Austin, if you know the Domain area, it's like a really hot poppin' new area now with a lot of new retail and restaurants. It even has bars and clubs and just all types of stuff, like all in one little circumference. And there's also like luxury apartments out there. So that's where I lived, in that area, right smack dab in the middle of it all. And it's just a really popping place to live. Like, it's like the new downtown. It's not downtown, but it's like better than downtown, honestly. It was just amazing to be able to walk out my front door, go shopping, go to Starbucks, go to all these different new restaurants, go to a bar, go to a club, go to a lounge. Like literally everything was right there, 5 steps away from where I lived. But as awesome as that sounds, it doesn't really make sense for someone who has a little baby and who doesn't go out. Like, I just had to let that dream go. I'm sure for a lot of my friends and a lot of other people my age, they would get a lot of use out of living there and just love to live there. It is expensive to live out there though, but I honestly feel like it's so worth it just because of the location. But for me, I had to be honest with myself and say, Raven, this is not you. This is not your life. This might be your fantasy life, but this is not your real life. So you need to move into a different place that can actually give you the space you need and everything else that you need. Because the apartments out there, you can't really get a very big apartment out there. It's just not, it doesn't exist. So yeah, had to let that go. I was a little bit sad about it at first, but I do really like this new place. I do really feel like it fits my lifestyle a lot better. But you guys are like always rooting for me. When I moved and I posted my empty house tour, you guys were so happy for me and leaving such sweet comments. Like, having y'all out there rooting for me really helps so much, because I still do struggle and I still have really bad days sometimes, and I still struggle with my whole new lifestyle as a mom type of thing. It still gets hard sometimes. Like the other day when I was originally trying to film this Get Ready With Me, the reason why it turned out so bad is because I was in a terrible mood. I was already having a bad day, but I was trying to power through it and like film anyway, and it was an epic fail, the first video, because I was just in such a bad mood that day. I'm definitely in a better mood today, but definitely just recently in general, I have kind of had little spurts of depression. I do still struggle with anxiety and depression sometimes. It's definitely not as bad as it used to be. It got a lot better, and I got a lot better with dealing with it ever since I had Zaya. Like ever since I was pregnant and had Zaya, I kind of had to learn to deal with it a little bit better. I had to kind of, focus a little bit more and not let it overwhelm me, because I mean, when you have a baby to take care of, you just can't let things like that take over your whole life. So it's definitely got a lot better since then, but it's not 100%, and it's not something that is just ever just gonna fully disappear. It stems a lot from being overwhelmed and just stressed out in general if I have a lot on my plate. Here's the thing, I'm a Virgo. I don't know, I haven't really decided if I fully believe in zodiac signs and astrology and stuff, but more recently I have started to take it a little bit more seriously, because there are certain things that they say about Virgos that really ring true for me and really describe me perfectly. Which, I mean, those things are sometimes like really vague, and I feel like it can describe anybody, but they do say that Virgos are perfectionists, especially like creative perfectionists, and they tend to be the type of people who have the type of personality who are always trying to fix something or change something, or like rearrange, create a new way, do it over again, like that type of personality where you're just always doing something, always need to change something, always need to fix something. And I definitely have that type of personality. I stress myself out because I'm always constantly trying to just do too much, because I always feel like there's more to be done. And I always feel like I'm not doing it good enough because I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to certain things. I'm not fully a perfectionist, like how some people have OCD and they have to have everything just so, and like everything in their house has to be lined up and blah blah blah, and like their hair and every single thing has to be so perfect. I'm not a perfectionist in that sense. I'm more so a creative perfectionist. I'm more so just hard on myself in general when it comes to big ideas, big projects. For example, like Zaya's birthday party. I had this vision in my mind of what I wanted to do for Zaya's birthday party. Oh, by the way, I am contouring with this NYX stick foundation. It's a foundation, but I just got it in a dark color, number 11. But yeah, I had this grand vision of what I wanted to do for Zaya's birthday party, for, you know, all the people that I wanted to be there, what I wanted the theme to be, what I wanted the decorations to look like, what I wanted her costume to look like. Now, this is my first time throwing a birthday party, like basically in general, and especially not like this type of birthday party for a baby or anything. So I kind of was struggling. I was struggling with the guest list. I was getting really disappointed because a lot of main people could not make it. And then I was struggling with the decorations because I wanted like certain stuff. And I just started really beating myself up about it. I was like, I'm a terrible mom. I'm a terrible birthday party thrower. Like, this is not a good party. Like, this does not look right. This is not as big and fabulous as it should be. It's her first birthday. This is supposed to be amazing. And I was like really getting so stressed out and frustrated. And that happens to me so much, whether it be filming a video. I have an idea for a video. I have an idea for a hairstyle. I have an idea for a room in my house, how I want to decorate it, or I have an idea for just anything. I come up with ideas. I have a vision. I want it to be a certain way. If anything steps in my way or causes me to fail at it, I beat myself up so bad. And it kind of just all ties into the fact that one of the main things that I struggle with, that I've always struggled with like since I can remember, is this problem with feeling really inadequate and not good enough, and you know, feeling like a failure in one way or another. I've always struggled with just that feeling of inadequacy and just holding myself to an unrealistic standard, I guess, sometimes. And so, of course, when you do that, you're always going to feel inadequate. And I've constantly had people tell me, like, you're just too hard on yourself. You know, why are you stressing out about it? It's fine. It's not that much of a big deal. People tell me that all the time. Like, my friends, my family, my followers, my teachers, so many people throughout my life constantly tell me I'm too hard on myself. But just the way that my mind is wired, the way my personality is, it's like I can't help it. You tell me it's fine, but I don't believe it's fine. I believe it should have been a certain way. I still feel like there was something else I could have done. I still should have done it right. It still should have matched up to the vision that I originally had. And I am hard on myself. I know I am, and I understand why people always tell me that, but it's hard to change my mindset. But that's also how it just ties into my depression. The type of depression that I struggle with is very much so an inward, and I hate to say it, but almost like a self-hating depression, because I don't get mad at other people, I don't lash out at other people, I don't yell at others or, you know, have that type of outward anger or sadness. I get a very inward type of sadness where I'm beating myself up and I don't like myself and I get irritated with myself and annoyed with myself, and I'm like, why are you like this? Why are you doing this? Why do you have this mindset? And it's irritating to basically look in the mirror and not be happy with yourself, with your own personality, with your own mindset, with your own habits. It's one thing to be mad at someone or not like someone else. You can remove that person from your life. You don't have to deal with that person really if you don't want to, but you're always going to have to deal with yourself. So the number one thing is to be happy with yourself and love yourself. I know loving yourself is so important. It's the most important thing. I mean, you really can't love anyone else or be successful at anything until you love yourself. But that is something that I do really struggle with, and it can put me in a very deep, dark depression. And it has many times before. I've been struggling with depression ever since I can remember, honestly. You know, other people may say, well, if you know you're doing it, if you know you have this problem, if you know you don't like yourself, you don't like the way that you're thinking or acting, why don't you just not think that way? Why don't you just not act that way? And I wish it was that easy, but it's not that easy. I just think, you know, that's not how the human brain works. It's more of a slow process of realizing what your problem is, making a plan, seeking help, talking to therapists. You might need to change a lot of things about your life, and it might take time. It might take a really long time. It might take your whole entire lifetime to change all of those things and really make that big of a life change. I feel very guilty about it and very embarrassed about it. And, you know, that's also why I don't really love to talk about it, although I am open and I know it's an important topic that needs to be discussed. I don't love to talk about it, one, because it's a sad subject, but two, because it's embarrassing and I do feel guilty about it because I know how good my life is, honestly. I know how fortunate I am. I know how many things I have going right for me. And so it makes me feel really guilty to think that I'm still depressed on top of that. I still find a reason to be upset, even though I have such a fortunate life. And it does make me feel guilty because I know there are people out there who literally don't know where their next meal is going to come from, literally don't have arms or legs and still have a smile on their face. So me living the lifestyle that I live, it's like I should have no reason to be depressed or be upset. But I also have to understand that it's a disorder, it's a disease, it's something that overtakes your life without you even trying. And it's not really a choice that you make. I'm going to set the highlighted parts of my face with my Laura Mercier loose setting powder. But at the same time, depression is not an excuse to be ungrateful. I am grateful, I am thankful. I do always just constantly try to be aware of and remember, you know, all the things I do have, all the things that are going right for me, because there are a lot of things that are really positive in my life, and I can't let my depression or anxiety rob me of all of those positive things. So I do try to keep that in mind and keep that on the forefront of my mind. So yeah, the other day I was just feeling really just down about myself, just really didn't like myself, wasn't feeling good about myself, my life choices, my face, my body, my hair, my everything. Like for me, it's a spiraling snowball effect type of thing. I'll start off being upset about one thing and then I'll notice something else and I'll notice another thing and I'll notice another thing. That is another thing which I think has to do with being a Virgo, is that I am very self-aware. I think some people just aren't very self-aware just naturally. Like they don't notice when they're doing something wrong. They don't notice when they're being annoying or talking too much. They don't notice when they're in your way. Like they're just kind of like, they're very outward people. But me, I am very self-aware. I'm a very inward type of person in general. I notice everything about myself. It can be a good thing, but it can also really be a bad thing because I notice everything. everything about myself. Like if I have the smallest blemish on my face, I'm gonna notice it. If I'm starting to talk too much or talk too fast, or I feel like I'm starting to cross that line of being annoying and nobody cares what I'm talking about anymore, I know, like I pick up on other people's reactions to me very well. And it's one of those things, like for example, people always say like, Raven, you talk so fast, like slow down. It's like, I know I talk fast. I've always known how fast I talk. And sometimes when I'm talking, while I'm saying whatever I'm saying, at the same time in the back of my mind, I'm wondering if the person I'm talking to can understand me because I'm talking so fast. It's like while I'm talking fast, I'm registering that I'm talking fast and I'm hoping that it's not causing a problem, but yet I'm still talking fast and I can't stop myself from talking fast. So it's like I constantly have like two sides of my brain where one side is living my life, doing what I do, being me, and the other side is watching me be me and criticizing me being me. It's like a point of view and then like an aerial view, if that makes sense. It's like having an out-of-body experience all day, every day. So again, that's where the perfectionism comes into play, because when you're that self-aware, when you're noticing details like that, it makes you a perfectionist. Okay, so now I'm going to contour with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I am going to use this middle brown shade like I always use. But it's really important for me not to let it consume my life or completely take over my life. There's been times when it has, and it wasn't a pretty picture. So now I work really hard not to let it take over my life. And one of the main things that I always try to do is just stay productive, stay busy, stay distracted as much as I can, because I feel like that is one of the easiest and best things to do to overcome any type of depression or anxiety. The more productive you are, the more you just get out of your room and do something, whether that be painting a picture, drawing a picture, cleaning your room, organizing your bathroom, going out and going grocery shopping, going out and doing some lawn work or some gardening, or go volunteer somewhere, or whatever it may be. If you like to work out, whatever it is, just go out of your bedroom and be productive, create something or accomplish something. And honestly, for me, creating something is the best thing, whether it be coming on here and creating a video, editing something, doing a DIY project, fixing up something in my house, you know, interior design type, home decor type stuff. Anything that has to do with being creative that can keep me busy, keep my mind busy, and keep my hands busy, that is the best way for me to kind of snap out of it, at least for a little while. And that's also why after having Zaya, I feel like I've been doing so much better, because obviously when you have a baby, you have no choice but to be a lot more productive and constantly doing something, and just also thinking of someone else. It's so crazy how much having a child just changes your whole mindset, changes your whole life. Since having Zaya, I just feel like I've become kind of a new person in a sense. I mean, not fully, that's a little bit dramatic to just say I've become a new person, but I do feel like I've changed a lot for the better. It has made me mature. It has made me just look at life differently, honestly, because now it's like you're looking at life not just through a selfish lens of what you want and what's best for you and what's going wrong in your life and all about me, the world revolves around me and my problems. It causes you to be a lot less selfish, and it causes you to see the bigger picture in life and understand what's actually important. Zaya really does give me a lot of purpose and a lot of motivation, like just 10 times more motivation than I could ever just muster up on my own. To clean up my nose contour a little bit, I'm going to use this Sephora Bright Set Yellow Banana Powder on this angled sponge. At the same time, having a child definitely adds in a lot of struggles and obstacles and just anxieties of its own. As amazing as it is to be a mom, and as amazing of a child, and such a bright, joyful child that Zaya is, there's still going to be struggles. There's still going to be hard parts and sad parts about it. That's just me being real. I feel like a lot of moms don't talk about that part because it's so taboo, because it makes it seem like you don't love your child. It makes it seem like you're not happy to be a parent. But the truth is, it's not all shits and giggles and sprinkles and rainbows. I'm literally eating chips and guac right now. By the way, I got my chips down here, got my guacamole right here. Okay, I'm gonna let this bake, and moving on to eyes, I think I'm going to dip into my Tarte Pro and my Modern Renaissance palettes. Expensive, but worth it. Worth it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely hard being a single parent, especially when that wasn't what you were planning on doing. I don't think that really is typically ever what any parent is planning on doing, being a single parent. And obviously I feel like it's common sense that it's hard to be a single parent, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like people just don't understand me because I don't really have friends who have kids. I know a couple of young moms who have kids, but no one that I'm like super close with. My best friends right now, it's a little bit sad because it almost feels like we're growing apart. There's still a few things that we have in common. There's still stuff that we can talk about, and they're always willing to listen. Even if they have no idea what I'm talking about, if I'm talking about mommy stuff and they don't have kids and they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about, they're always willing to listen because they're good friends. But at the same time, I think it's really necessary to have people that you can relate to. And me right now, with the way my life is set up, the only people I ever see or talk to or hang out with are my parents. You guys know Chef Tony, my mom. She's awesome. She's great. She's super helpful. She's super supportive, and I'm super thankful for her. But my mom can't be my only friend. My mom can't be the only person I ever see or talk to or hang out with. I haven't seen my actual friends since Zaya's birthday party. I really only see them on special occasions like that. I don't go and hang out on the weekends. I don't go to happy hour after work. I don't have coworkers that I chit chat with every day at work. I don't have that social interaction because of the way my life and career and family situation is set up. I don't have a boyfriend, I'm not dating anyone, I don't go out on dates, I don't go to bars, I don't go to clubs, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do those things that the typical 23-year-old would be doing. I just really spend all my time with Zaya and my immediate family, which again, I don't want to just like fully sit up here and complain about it because I know some people don't have their mom. Some people really wish they could spend this much time with their mom, but at the same time, I'm 23 years old, guys. I'm still just 23 years old. I feel like it's super necessary for me to have friends my own age and just, not to just go out and party and waste my life away. That's not what I'm talking about, but just to have people to relate to and talk to and go to lunch with. This is the time in my life where me and my friends from college, we all thought that we were going to be like living together, or at least living in the same city. We always talked about like this idea of kind of like living this Sex and the City lifestyle where it's just us girls hanging out, hitting the town. We would talk about like all of us moving to LA together or all of us living in Dallas together. Like we made up all these big grand ideas, but life comes at you fast and all of that stuff didn't quite happen, at least not yet. So right now it's kind of like I feel like I'm stuck in this awkward stage of like I'm young and I still like to do young people things, but I'm also a mom. I feel like I don't fit in anywhere, I don't fit in with the other YouTubers because they're all out like traveling, going on trips and moving to LA and going to events and, doing the whole YouTuber thing, like, that YouTuber life. And I'm not really living that life. And I don't really feel like I'm fully just living the mom life, like the 35-year-old stay-at-home mom. So I'm kind of in this unique middle ground situation, and it's hard to find people to relate to. It's hard to even find time to find people to relate to. And it's hard enough to make friends in the first place, let alone try to make a specific type of friend. Like, I want you to be under the age of 25 and have a child who's under the age of 3. Like, wow, I'm putting a lot of pressure. Now going into my Morphe 350 palette, I'm going to, I really want to do an orange lid. I'm going to start off with this light orange, but I might end up doing the darker one. And I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to say, go to mommy and me classes, put myself in situations where I'll meet other moms. And no, I have not been to any mommy and me classes. No, Zaya is not in daycare, just because that's my personal preference. So, I mean, I know I need to at least give it a try when it comes to the mommy and me classes, but that type of thing is so awkward to me because it just feels so forced. and just uncomfortable and awkward, but I know I should not be stubborn about it and at least try it once. So I probably will do that. And then it's even worse when it comes to dating, because it's like if I feel like I can barely relate to my friends and some of these people that I've known for years, I definitely can't relate to any new guys that are trying to talk to me. Or when it comes to like the whole dating scene, I'm like, we don't have anything to talk about. We don't have anything in common. We're not here. Like, we're not here. We're like here, or just here, or just some kind of way. It's not lining up. I mean, it could even be a you're cute, I'm cute, let's hang out, let's spend some time together, let's get to know each other situation. But in my mind, I'm like, well, how do you feel about kids? Are you interested in being a stepdad anytime soon? Like, you know, I'm asking the hard-hitting questions straight off the bat, or at least I'm concerned about these big adult situations straight off the bat. And when it comes to like a 23, 24-year-old guy, most of them, I'm not going to generalize, I'm just going to say most of them, not all of them, they're not really here for all of that. They're not really thinking about kids and houses and settling down in that type of way. They're really wanting to just date and have fun and, you know, go out. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go to the club. Let's Netflix and chill. Let's just be young and have fun and get to know each other. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're honest and upfront about it. But the way my life is set up, like I keep saying, we're not on the same wavelength, okay? And I can't work with that. I just can't. I have too much to lose. I have too many other things to worry about. But at the same time, I'm a 23-year-old single girl, so it's like, do I want to be single forever? No. And when I say I'm a 23-year-old single girl, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm old, I ought to be married by her. That's not what I mean. I mean like, I'm 23, I'm young. Of course I want to be dating. Of course I want to be out there meeting new people and stuff like that, because that's what you do when you're young. If I was old and crusty and dried up, maybe I wouldn't care anymore, but I still care right now. Okay, I still got some juice in me, you know? But at the same time, I guess it's good because, you know, I have time, you know, I'm still young. We still have time. There's still hope for me yet. But yeah, it's definitely no longer just, oh, y'all would be cute together. Oh, he seems nice. Oh, he seems cool. Yeah, he might be nice. He might be cool. We might look cute together. But that's not the bigger picture. I can't date you if you don't fit in with the bigger picture. Somebody woke up from their nap. Can you say hi to the people? She's like, what the heck? Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Have to be a little bit quiet. Now I'm just going to bronze up my face with my favorite bronzer, Milani in Soleil. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have a record of dating not so good people. Just really, I've dated a lot of assholes, just to be blunt with you guys. And just, I don't know, not making good decisions when it comes to my love life. So now with Zaya and, you know, just have grown up and matured a little bit, I just take the whole situation so much more seriously. I think about things differently. I have a lot more questions that I want to ask people. You know what I mean? Like I take it seriously. And so anybody who's not ready for whatever reason to take it as seriously as I'm taking it, I can't afford it. I have too much to lose, like I said. So if that means staying single for a long time, then I'll just be single for a long time. I'm gonna do a little bit of NARS Orgasm Blush. One of the main questions I always get is like, oh, now that you have Zaya, do you want another kid? Do you want more kids in the future? Do you want more kids? And I'm like, I have to find a man first. I mean, my whole life doesn't hinge on marriage. You guys can probably tell that already. But, you know, I would kind of, in a sense, like to get married, or at least, you know, obviously be in a very, very committed relationship before I have another child. Like, that's honestly one of the reasons why I didn't buy a house this go around, why I'm just renting this townhome instead of just taking that step to buy my own house, because I feel like my life is not solid yet. Like I'm not solidified in my life and what I really want to do and who I'm really going to be with, and you know, my whole family life setup is not, it's not set up yet. So it just feels wrong to buy a house at this point when I'm still single and it's still just me and Zaya. Like, that's what I mean when I say I feel like I'm just stuck in this weird middle ground of like not being a struggling single person, but also not being a completely put together adult. Like, I don't know if this makes any sense, but I just feel like I'm in the middle. So for highlight, I got this Anastasia Beverly Hills Ultimate Glow Kit in PR Mail the other day, and I was really excited because look at these colors. Super pretty, and I used this really yellow gold one the other day. It's called Golden Dawn, and I really liked it, so I'm going to use it again. I'm going to start off by using it on an eyeshadow brush to finish off my eyes. So I'm going to put it on my... yeah, my eyes. I'm going to put it on my brow bone. You trying to eat my guacamole? I'm actually going to wet my brush with some setting spray and then dip back into it and do my inner corner highlight. I don't want to use this really yellow highlight to highlight my nose, so I'm just going to dust off my brush. I'm going to go into white sand instead. But yeah, guys, moral of the story is I know I'm still young. I know I still have a lot of life ahead of me, but right now I just am definitely in an awkward phase. I'm definitely still growing and maturing and figuring life out, and sometimes it's a real struggle, and sometimes it's depressing, and sometimes I feel lonely, and sometimes I feel just scared and nervous about my future. I'm going to wet my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight brush, the A23 brush, with some setting spray, and I'm going to go back into the yellow Golden Dawn highlight and do my cheekbones. See how my hair is just air drying and getting bigger and bigger as we go through this video? Now for lashes, I'm going to use the same lashes that I used in the video when I originally tried to film this video and it was an epic fail, but I really like these lashes. These are from my friend Taylor K. She also has a YouTube channel. I think I've mentioned her on my channel at least once before, but yeah, Taylor has her own lash company. It's called Your Lash Bar. Super cute. She just recently did a new launch. She's got new packaging, really cute with the marble and like the metallic copper rose gold effect. This style is called Kamikaze. Like I said, I already tried it and I really love these lashes, like really nice lashes. I'm not just saying that because she's my friend, y'all. It takes a lot for me to like lashes, and I really like these. And they were super easy to put on, which I'm not sure if it's just the quality of the lashes, which I do think has a lot to do with it. But also, I recently realized that I need to stop doing my mascara first before I put my lashes on. I do that because I'm like, I don't want to get mascara on the falsies, so I just do my mascara first, then put falsies on top. But I realized that that makes it a lot harder to actually put the falsies on. So no mascara, just gonna put the falsies on first and then add mascara. But yeah, even though I'm still kind of in this weird struggle phase, you know, adjustment phase of life right now, overall, like, I honestly really can't complain. Most days I honestly look around myself and I am just so thankful and surprised at where I am in life. If you would have told me I would be living in a 3-bedroom place like this at the age of 23, if you would have told me I would be just generally as successful as I am, I know that sounds like such an annoying bragging thing to say, but sometimes you just have to brag. Honestly, truly, sometimes you just have to brag when you know you're doing something right, because if you're not going to be proud of yourself, who is, boo? I'm successful at the age of 23. I take care of myself. I take care of my daughter by myself. I am financially stable. I got a good amount of money in my savings account. I got my own car. I'm paying off my student loans. I pay my quarterly taxes like I'm supposed to. I got my place. I got, you know, I got everything I need and most things I could ever want, and I'm proud to say that I'm doing it on my own. And, you know, I do have very supportive parents and supportive friends and family in general who always have my back, but I'm happy to say that I don't have to 100% depend on them because I figured out how to do things for myself. I just try to be thankful for that every single day, no matter what I'm struggling with, no matter if I feel like I'm in an awkward phase, no matter if I feel like, you know, I'm beating myself up, or I'm struggling with my depression, or I'm just struggling with being a Virgo, or just struggling with being me. I always just try to keep in mind all the positives that I have in my life. Okay, so these are the lashes on. I still need to put mascara on, but first I'm gonna put my Pillow Plump Sexy Mother Pucker. This is by Soap and Glory. It's a plumping lip gloss. I forgot to do this at the beginning, so I'm just gonna do it now. Give me a little extra life to my lips. This stuff really works. Okay, so now going back to mascara. I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Same mascara for the bottom lashes. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say while I let this lip plumping thing do its thing for a second before I put my lip color on. I really have been wanting to write a book. And I know every YouTuber says that, and every YouTuber these days ends up writing a book and coming out with a book, and it makes it seem like they don't really care, they just want to sell books. But seriously, for a long time, I've really wanted to write a very personal book. But really, ever since I had my Tumblr blog back in the day, I used to, if you guys have been following me for that long, I used to do really long entries on my blog, just writing personal stuff, doing a little bit of poetry, just really loved to write in order to get my feelings out, and I haven't done that in forever. Honestly, the most writing I have done recently is like on Twitter. I'm kind of ashamed to say that, but recently I've really been wanting to write a book because, as you can probably tell, there's a lot of pieces to my life story. There's a lot of personal stories that I'm not currently telling, that I'm just not talking about. I'm not making videos about it. I'm not gonna do story time videos or anything like that, but I do want to share my story. I do want to get these feelings out in the world. I do want to share this experience with you guys, but not necessarily, like I said, in a story time video format. So I really feel like actually writing a serious book would be a great way to share some of these more serious and personal stories. So let me know down below, would you guys be, if I wrote a book, would you read it? For lips, I'm gonna line my lips with ColourPop Brink. First, I need to dab this lip gloss off. Dab. But yeah, it's just certain things I don't feel comfortable making videos about, but I do want to share and do want to get my story out there. Now I'm going to use this Lipland liquid lipstick in the color Venus. But yeah, guys, this is the finished makeup look. It actually came out a lot better this time than the last time I filmed it, so I'm happy about that. We got some orange, what? You don't like it? We got a little sunset type of eye and a little pink lip, and Zaya's trying to steal my makeup. I really like this golden yellow gold highlight. And yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me. Wow, look at my hair. I still don't know, should I just put it on this side? Now I look very 80s. We're just gonna ignore the hair for now. I'm probably gonna put it up in a bun as soon as I stop recording this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me, chit-chatting with me. A little bit of a life update, I guess. Let me know down below for my next chit-chatty video, like a specific topic I should talk about, because I always just go into it like completely blind and end up just rambling and not making very much sense. So if there's a specific topic that you want me to talk about for my next Get Ready With Me video, then comment down below, let me know. Also comment down below and tell me if you would read my book if I wrote a book. And I think Zaya is ready to go, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Wow, my mom calls me as soon as I'm trying to say bye.